Well, hi everybody, it's Pastor Dave, your internet pastor. Glad that you could join us again this week. We have a special message for you this week entitled "What We Can't Forgive, We Become." But we're so glad that you're getting these on a regular basis. I'd love to hear from you. Please email me, Pastor Dave at docksidecommunitychurch.com. Yeah. Or you can go to PastorDave01 at gmail.com. It's a little shorter to write, okay? But I want to hear about what's going on in your life. If these are helping you or they're not, if you find a benefit out of them, whatever it might be, tell me what you think about them, okay? Also, I want you to sign up on Facebook. Become our friend on Facebook at Healing the Hurts of Life, okay? Or Dockside Community Church. We have Facebook fan pages. Just go there and click on either one or both. Become friends of both. We send out these videos on those sites as well. We also send out try to do a daily little one-liner, if you will, and we let you know what's happening at the church, at Dockside Community Church, and just what's going on in our world, if you will. Also, just a few weeks ago, I signed up for a new social network page. It's called Faith Space. Faith-Space. It's like a MySpace page or Facebook page, only it's all Christians. So it gives you a chance to interact with other Christians, other pastors and prophets and so on. So it should be free of some of the language that we're seeing on Facebook. It can get pretty disheartening at times when you see some of the stuff that people write. Okay, our websites are www.docksidecommunitychurch.com and www.healingthehurtsoflife.com. Okay, so go to any of those sites, check us out. Then you can always, if you have a smartphone, you can text us at DCC. That's all you got to do is type, that's the message, DCC, and the number is 99699. So you send a message just stating DCC to 99699. We'll get right back to you, and we'll give you all the info about Dockside Community Church. It's a great little site. It'll give you photographs, show you what the church looks like, and give you all the information you need about services and so on. Okay. So again, you have to have a smartphone to do that, because what it does is it sends you over to a website, and your phone has to be able to get on the web. Okay, so anyhow, DCC at 99699. Okay. All right. Well, what we can't forgive, we become. Peter was asking Jesus one day. He said, "Lord, how often should I forgive someone who sins against me? 7 times?" What he was doing here, he was trying to look good in front of Jesus and trying to look real spiritual. But we got too many Christians today who are trying to look spiritual. They're not really spiritual, but they're just trying to look spiritual. And Jesus, he come back and said, no. He said 70 times 7. Okay, now some theologians will argue what Jesus meant by that. It doesn't matter. It's more than 7 times. Okay, and then Jesus went on to talk about a king who brought in everybody who owed him money, and how he forgave one man who owed him tremendous amounts of money. It was so much money he couldn't pay it back. And he forgave him because the man asked for forgiveness, and then the man leaves the court and goes out and finds someone who owes him just a little bit of money, and the guy couldn't pay him back, and he had him sent into jail and so on. And people that saw this went back to the king and told them. And this man and his family then were sent to jail because they couldn't forgive. Okay, they couldn't forgive for a little bit when they've been forgiven a lot. So I want you to think today, who in your life took something from you that they can't repay? Who took something from you they can't repay? Maybe it was someone who abused you, who robbed you of your childhood. Or maybe it was someone who introduced you to drugs or alcohol or sex, or porn or something like that. Or maybe it was someone who you had sex with who took away your health by giving you hepatitis C or HIV or something. It doesn't matter what it was they took away. They can't repay these things. It's gone, okay? Whatever it is, it's gone. Now you have a choice to make. You have to choose whether you want to hate and plan revenge or choose to forgive and forget, okay? One choice will make you mean and bitter, and the other choice will allow you to come to a place of rest. It'll allow you to be at peace. And, to have peace in this life, you have to forgive other people. You just have to. There's no other way, We can't, or what we can't forgive, we become. If we can't forgive someone for what they took from us, then it'll eat away at us and eat away at us, and we'll look for a way to get even if it's with somebody else who had nothing to do with it, okay? Until you forgive, you're bound to the past. It's locked you up, okay? If you can't live without your past, you don't have a future. I can tell you that right now. If you can't live without your past, if you can't let that go, you will not have a future. Some people refuse to leave their past. They blame everything that goes wrong in their lives on the one who stole from them. And yeah, whatever they took was terrible and it shouldn't have happened, but it did. Okay? But you can't keep living in the past. So you can't use your past as an excuse for what you're doing today. Okay, or how you currently treat your family or your friends, okay? You can't go forward in life while looking backwards. It just doesn't work. You have to look forward, okay? And the only way to do that is to forgive those who have taken from you, okay? Lot, when he was told to get out of Sodom, he grabbed his wife and his children, his daughters, and God told him, don't look back. Whatever you do, don't look back. He said, go to the mountains. Don't stop anywhere. Just keep going, but don't look back. And sure enough, Lot's wife stopped and looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Okay, she became frozen in that moment. Right? In Genesis 19:17, the Lord said, flee for your lives. Don't look back and don't stop anywhere in the plains. Flee to the mountain. And what he's saying for you today is flee for your lives by choosing life. By choosing to forgive those people who stole from you. Don't look back because you'll become frozen in the past. Don't stop forgiving until you have forgiven the thief in your life 100%. You can't get away with 99%. It's got to be 100% that you've forgiven them. Okay, it's sort of like drinking water, Zephyr Hills water, if you will, the bottled water. You want it 100% pure. You don't want it 99% pure and 1% sewage or 1% contaminated. Okay, you're not going to drink it. Okay, it's not good enough. Same with forgiveness. It's got to be 100%. It can't be 99% forgiveness. Okay, you got to flee to the mountains so that you can be above the situation and not be held down by it. Okay, without forgiving the one who stole from you, you become the thing that you hate because you're in bondage. You're the one in bondage. It's sort of like that old Rolling Stone song, if you don't forgive, then you're under my thumb. You're always held down, okay? Satan's got you. Right? He won't let you up just because you're a good person, just because you're a nice person, or because it's the right thing to do. He will not do that, okay? The person who stole from you probably has forgotten about the situation. They probably don't even remember, and they've moved on. You're the one that gets stuck in the past if you don't forgive. You're the one who can't sleep at night. You're the one who gets knots in your stomach when you see that person, in any type of situation. You're the one who's always talking about how you were done wrong. Okay, hating and talking about past situations will do nothing except keep the wound open. That's all it'll do. It won't let you move forward. It'll just keep the wound open. And if you can't heal, if you're constantly reopening the wound, that wound, left open will eventually become infected. And that infection, that you have in that part of your life will spread to other parts of your life as well. Just like an infection in your hand, can spread throughout the entire body. Okay, you need to make sure that you don't get infected. And if you did let that wound get infected, okay, if you've just been picking at it and picking at it and picking at it, and now it's infected, that might be the reason you can't have a healthy relationship with that significant other in your life, okay? That might be the reason you can't hold a job, or why you fly off the handle for no reason at all, or why you're addicted to to porn or drugs or alcohol or whatever it is, you know. That infection from the past may be why you're 50 years old today still trying to live like an 18-year-old, okay? You know, a wound that you allow to heal a little bit and then you go back and pick at it and pick at the scab, that will eventually leave a scar on your body. Well, the same with this type of wound, an emotional wound, okay? It'll leave a scar, an emotional scar, okay? Christ forgave us 100% of all of our sins. And what He forgives, He forgets. We got to do the same. If we don't do it, then we're saying we're more important than Jesus. And none of us are more important than Jesus. Are you going to be like the king who forgave his servant who owed him more than he could repay? Or are you going to be like the servant who wouldn't forgive his brother servant because he owed him a little bit? Are you going to choose to forgive the thief in your life and radiate a Christ-like attitude and you yourself regain control of your life? Or are you going to choose to hate and be unforgiving and become a slave to the past, held in bondage, and allow the enemy to keep singing that he's got you under his thumb? The choice is yours. Forgive and find peace. Be unforgiving and live in bondage. Well, until next time, until next week, take care, God bless, and try to take some of this to heart. Okay? And again, get back to me. Let me know if this is helping you at all, if you're finding anything worthwhile in these messages. God bless. This is Pastor Dave from Dockside Community Church in Dunedin, Florida, your internet pastor. And I'm wishing you the very best, and I'm wishing you blessings in Christ. Bye for now.